friends, welcome to the channel. It is your girl Christina. Today's video is another stationery gift guide. This one is a little different than the one I did last year. This one is more so there's always that one person in the family that isn't gonna buy you what you want for Christmas. They're asking you, what do you need? This video, I paid very close attention to the stationery supplies that have really enhanced my bullet journal or my office space. So we've got 10 things to get through. Let's get started. I'm starting this off with the bullet journal I plan to use for 2022. It is the Amanda Rach Lee bullet journal. Now, Amanda started her bullet journal company a couple of years ago, and initially I wasn't crazy about it. I didn't gravitate towards them. It was this year's release where I was like, wow, these are so cute. I love the color options. They're pastels. I'm gonna be using the lilac. My sister is gonna be using sky blue. And then surprisingly enough, my niece Sophia, who is 7, is using slate gray. The little design detail that just really sold me on this product are the edges of the pages. They're purple, like the cover of the notebook. So I know that from the outside it looks like maybe the whole paper is purple, but it's just the edges. The pages are still white, and I love the color of the pages. It isn't too white that there's a blue tint to it, or the other side where the pages are creamy. I feel the paper in these notebooks are a true white. The paper quality is 160 GSM, which is right up my lane because I will no longer use anything under 160. It's only 160 GSM or higher. There are also page numbers, 2 ribbons, let me find them. Here they are, 2 ribbons. One of them has this cute little charm. There's a pocket in the, sorry, wait a minute. Is there a pocket? Oh, there is. There's a pocket in the back of the journal, an elastic band to wrap around, and a pen holder. I think that this is overall a great bullet journal. We're gonna move forward to a pen test. I'm sure all of you would like to see what pens and markers bleed and which ones you can use. The markers I'm using for this pen test is the Tombow Dual Brush Pen, the Copic marker, a permanent Sharpie, a Crayola fine tip, the Archer and Olive acrylographs, Zebra mild liners, Tombow Fudaneschi brush pen, and a Micron pen in thickness 08. The Copic marker definitely bled through. I kind of knew that. I don't ever actually use this marker, but I like using it for pen tests because, you know, I can gauge what I can and cannot get away with. There is a bit of ghosting from the permanent Sharpie. It is visible, but there is, I don't even know if you'll be able to tell on camera, but there's very light ghosting from the Archer and Olive acrylographs. If you haven't tried the Archer and Olive acrylographs, you need to head to their website right now and try out these markers. These markers are different than the other markers I own, and also anything that I've seen on the market. The consistency of the ink reminds me of acrylic paint. The ink is opaque, so you're not gonna see those major ink streaks like you would with a regular ink marker. Anytime I'm setting up my bullet journal setups, this is my first choice. I always check to see if I have the colors I need to make the bullet journal setup, and if I don't, I just move to my second choice. Archer and Olive does sell these in sets. I actually bought 2 sets that are on their way now, but they just still haven't arrived in time for this video, but they do come in sets. They are a little bit more pricier than a normal set of markers, but it's totally worth it because the quality is top notch. These acrylographs make a perfect gift. I have a couple of pens that have turned into my everyday go-to pens. This one is the Tombow Fudaneschi brush pen, specifically the hard tip. I think I mentioned this in last year's gift guide, but I'm mentioning this for a completely different reason. Last year was because I was using this pen for calligraphy, but this year, I remember one day I was just sitting at my desk and I needed something to write with, and this was nearby. I used it and I was like, wow, I love the way this pen writes. I love the way the ink comes out. I love the way my handwriting looks. And the reason why I specifically point out the hard tip and not the soft tip is because if you are using the soft tip to write regularly, the tip will bend. Yeah, it's easily turned into one of my everyday go-to pens. We've got another pen. It's the Sakura Jelly Roll. I feel like white pens are hard to come by because sometimes the ink doesn't come out, it's not opaque enough, you can't really see it, but the Sakura Jelly Roll in white in size 08, and I am literally highlighting 08 because I also have 05 and the ink does not come out the same way that the 08 does. So if you want an opaque and saturated like white, I don't know if saturate's the right word, but if you want the ink to really come out and show in your bullet journal setup, the 08 is the best choice. I have another Archer and Olive product. It is the Archer and Olive Notepad. This one here is the Neapolitan, and as you can tell, it is loved. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I have been using these notepads all year long. But then I also have this one here. This one's a little newer. This green is absolutely beautiful. Look how rich this blue is. And of course, craft paper. I always need craft paper. Now, the paper in the notepads, in terms of the quality, is the same exact paper quality as their journals, which is 160 GSM. Also, the pages are perforated, so it's really easy to tear out. Now, I use these notepads for different reasons, one of which is to cover mistakes. Sometimes I mess up an entire page in my bullet journal and I just tear out a white piece of paper and glue it on there, and you're starting brand new. I like using the colorful pieces to add color to my bullet journal spread. I used the green for my September plan with me, and it turned out so pretty. This is super random, but you can also use the paper to add thickness. You know, a perfect example is this year I was using a Leuchtturm 1917, and the paper was only 80 GSM, which I couldn't use my markers like I usually do. So I would just tear out a piece of craft paper and glue it on top of the page and then draw on top of this paper. You could also use the notepads to simply take notes. The following product is a passion planner product. I know many of you are probably not surprised that I'm mentioning this, but this video is about what items I use the most, and I definitely find myself reaching for this one. It is the Passion Planner Ready, Set, Grow sticker pack. Now, the first time I bought this, it was very underwhelming. It's because the stickers inside are fairly simple. Most of Passion Planner sticker books are themed and vibrant and very interesting. The first 2 pages are functional, very practical stickers. The following 2 pages are icons. And then you have 2 pages of decorative stickers. It repeats that about 5 to 6 times because there are a variety of color options. Like there's this pastel set, there's this blue set. I love using the icon stickers for my monthly overviews because my calendar setup is usually fairly small, and then the right side of the page is used for the events, the important dates, the birthdays, like when I have deadlines, when I'm gonna post YouTube videos. And so that usually goes hand in hand with the icon stickers. I'll put the icon stickers to represent that something is due in that day in the calendar setup. Like I said earlier, most of Passion Planner's sticker books are themed, and the Out of This World sticker book is one of their newest sticker books that came out a couple of months ago. This one is really, really fun and colorful. It's everything I'd want in a sticker book based on space. There are 30 perforated sticker sheets with a total of 932 adhesive stickers. And same goes for the It's in the Stars Zodiac sticker book. This one also came out a couple of months ago, and I'm just obsessed with the details. I love how there are sheets based on your zodiac sign. It would be such a fun monthly setup. I don't know, I kind of have an idea. Maybe I should make a bullet journal spread based on my zodiac sign. That'd be fun. There are 30 perforated sticker sheets with a total of 962 stickers. Since it is the holidays, I have to mention Passion Planner's New Year, New Goal sticker book. This one makes a perfect gift, especially for the new year. Because I said most of these sticker books are themed, you can also gift it to someone based on their personality or interest. It also makes a great stocking stuffer. This next one is one of my most recent purchases. I even made a video about it. It is my arts and crafts table. It took me a long time to find an arts and crafts table, especially one that I really wanted. And if anything, a lot of them look the same. I even considered DIYing my own arts and crafts table, but I couldn't find or think of a design that didn't take up too much space and had enough surface area so I could use the table for when I'm shooting my Plan With Me videos. I know it sounds counterintuitive. Even though this arts and crafts table is the most expensive item on this list, it's a great deal for what you're getting. I mean, it's a piece of furniture that's gonna last you a really long time. This is new. I bought this a couple of months ago, but I have had my eye on this for a long time, and I see myself using this a lot. This is the Instax Mini Link printer. You download the app on your phone and you're able to print out pictures you've taken on your phone as a Polaroid. As some of you all know, I use Polaroids to decorate the inside panels of my bullet journal. You know, I would bring my Instax Mini camera whenever there was a major event going on, but this year I was so bad. I didn't bring my camera with me anywhere, so that is why I felt inclined on buying the printer, because I really want to fill the inside of my bullet journal. This is a paper cutter, and this is perfect for if you bullet journal or scrapbook. I just love using a paper cutter versus a pair of scissors, because scissors just can be so time consuming, especially if you're cutting a lot of stuff. So this is clutch. I love this paper cutter because it is light. I know when you think of like a heavy duty paper cutter, you think of the ones that you find at the library. It's huge, it's giant, heavy duty. It cuts like 50 papers at one time. But I do like that this one is light because I don't have the surface area to store a heavy duty one. So this one is nice that you could just easily store in a drawer. It's portable, it's easy to carry. I know you might think that because it's light that it will move around while you're using it. The corners here have this rubber material where it grips the surface area, so while you're using it, it won't move around. Also, the blade here is replaceable. So if it gets dull because you've been using it quite a bit, it's easy to find replaceables online and in store. I think I remember seeing some at Hobby Lobby, Joann's, Michael's. There is also an extendable arm that swings out, making this total length here 12 inches. I really like this feature because sometimes you are cutting a long piece of paper and instead of it hanging over the edge, it actually keeps it in line so that you're able to cut a straight line. The last two items I'm mentioning are actually stationery subscription services. I love these because it's the perfect opportunity to try new stationery. I feel like I've tried quite a bit. A couple that have stuck this year is Your Creative Studio. I like this box because it's a vintage stationery box. So if you're trying to get into vintage bullet journaling or vintage journaling, this is the right box for you. Like when I first got into vintage journaling, I just didn't know where to start. Like, what do I buy first? There's just so many things to buy, so many things to purchase. It's a lot, it's overwhelming. I like this box because they curate a bunch of items into a monthly box that ends up turning into like one cohesive theme. I actually used a Your Creative Studio box that I received in the mail for my June plan with me, and it turned out so pretty. Last but not least, we have the Archer and Olive quarterly subscription box. I'd have to say this one is my favorite stationery box because you're guaranteed high quality items. Each box comes with at least one journal and markers. And then you get a whole bunch of like little things, stickers, washi tape. And what's really cool is that each box is themed. It just also gives you ideas, it inspires you. This box is a little bit more pricier than other subscription boxes. I think it's somewhere between $70 to $80, but it is totally worth it. And like I said, it's a quarterly subscription box, so you're not being charged every month, it's every 3 months. That is it for my stationery gift guide 2021. Thank you all so much. If you are still here, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Click that notification bell so you know exactly when I post. I will see you all in the next one. Bye.